here are my top 5 back-to-school hacks for teachers. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome to the family. I am so happy to have you. Just be sure to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos. So this video is a collaboration with a few other teachers here on YouTube. I will be sure to link their videos down in the description box below, but I do want to give a special shout out to Kieran over at Thrifted Living. She is the one who organized this collaboration, and I am so grateful that she reached out to me and asked for some of my back to school hacks. Be sure to go check out her channel and subscribe if you haven't already. She has a lot of wonderful ideas for not only teachers, but just for anyone and just life in general. So be sure to check her channel out, as well as the other teachers that are taking part in this collaboration, just so you can get a really wide range of back to school hacks. As teachers, we are always looking for ways to make our lives easier, especially during the back to school season. Right after you watch this video, be sure to check the description box for all of the links to their channels as well. So as you know, it is back to school season, and all of us teachers are trying to get our rooms ready for the beginning of the school year. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and get on into it. Here are my top 5 back to school hacks for teachers. My first back to school hack is technically more for Meet the Teacher Night. It is something called Jitter Glitter. And if you haven't used Jitter Glitter before, I highly suggest that you try it, especially if you teach in the primary grades. It is so much fun. All I did was download a poem from Teachers Pay Teachers, and I will try to find that and link it down in the description box below for you. And then I just paired it with a little Ziploc bag full of glitter. Now on Meet the Teacher Night, this is something that you can give to your students. They read this poem as a family at home the night before the first day of school. And then they take a little Ziploc baggie full of glitter and place it under their pillow. And the jitter glitter is basically supposed to get rid of their first day jitters so that they are calm and relaxed and ready for the first day of school. I love jitter glitter because, first of all, it helps the kids feel like they are not alone and that everyone has first day jitters. It is also just such a cute little activity that brings the family together the night before the first day of school. And honestly, it is a great conversation starter during morning meeting on the first day. So when all of the kids come into the classroom first thing in the morning and you are talking about what the year is going to be like, one of the first things that you can talk about with your kiddos, especially if they are young, is how they were feeling last night or how they feel that morning on the first day of school. It is a great way to kind of just talk about that everyone feels a little bit nervous on the first day in a new classroom. Maybe some of the kids are at a new school, and sometimes even the teachers get nervous. And along with Jitter Glitter, you can also use this book during your morning meeting time. It is called First Day Jitters, and this book has kind of a surprise ending. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with this book, but if you are not, I will be sure to link this down in the description box below as well in case you want to purchase it. I just got mine off of Amazon and it was very affordable, and I definitely plan on reading this to my kids on the first day of school. My second hack is something called Ouchie Lotion. I know it's so silly, but I promise you it works wonders. I know that this would be fabulous in the primary grades, and I even used it with my 3rd graders last year, and it still worked. So I highly suggest that you have some Ouchie Lotion in your classroom. Ouchie Lotion is basically a bottle of unscented lotion with the label taken off and Ouchie Lotion put on the front of it. I just stuck a Band-Aid on mine just to make it look a little bit more, I don't know, fancy and different. And I think there was a mark on there that I couldn't get off, and so I just covered it up with a Band-Aid. But we all know that there will always be those kiddos in our classroom who will come up to us and say, "Ouch, I have a cut," or "Ouch, my elbow hurts," or what have you. And honestly, there's nothing there most of the time. So on those occasions, I would just send my student over to get some Ouchie Lotion. A lot of times they think it's like some magical lotion that heals whatever is bothering them, and then they're fine. Now, of course, if the student is bleeding or really hurt, I would handle that differently. However, a lot of times kiddos just want maybe the teacher's attention. And so Ouchie Lotion is your go-to product for keeping kiddos just content, kind of taking care of the problem so that you're still addressing it, but you really don't have to do a whole lot because your Ouchie Lotion is just in the classroom. The kiddos know where to find it and they just get a little pump of Ouchie Lotion, put it on, and they are a-okay. If you prefer not to get Ouchie Lotion, I would just suggest telling your kiddos to go get a wet paper towel and put it on their owie or their boo-boo, and that does the trick a lot of times as well. My third back to school hack is something that I'm not super thrilled to talk about, but I think it needs to be talked about because especially in the elementary grades, we come across something called lice. Yes, I said it, lice. And luckily I can say that I have never had lice, but that is because I love to take preventative measures, especially as a teacher. Now, lice is very common among young children. You know, their jackets are touching. Lice can spread very quickly, even if one child has it in your classroom, or even if students in another classroom have it when they are kind of interacting with one another. It can be brought into your classroom. Just as a way to kind of protect you as the teacher and or give suggestions to parents. I got this tip from my hairstylist when I was getting my hair done in the springtime, and I immediately went out and bought some tea tree oil shampoo. My hairstylist suggested buying tea tree shampoo in order to prevent lice. And so I definitely plan on using this throughout the school year. Now, this I bought from TJ Maxx. It is Chi Tea Tree Oil Shampoo. Chi is a really good brand. At least for my hair, it works really well. And it smells amazing. And I guess lice just don't like the smell of the tea tree oil. And I think you can use some other essential oils as well. I know lavender oil is another good one, as well as coconut oil. And so definitely look into putting some oils or using some oil-based shampoos in your hair to prevent lice. Lice is the last thing that we want to have to worry about in our classrooms. And if a student does have it, we obviously want to prevent it from spreading to other students, but it is important for us to prevent ourselves from getting it as well. So wear your hair up, use some tea tree oil shampoo, and you should be good to go. My fourth back to school hack is don't bug me. So when I am working with a group of students or working with students individually, whether that is at their group table or at my guided reading group table or anything like that, I want to make sure that I'm giving those kids my full attention, and the other students need to be working independently at that time. So what I like to do is give my kiddos a visual to let them know that I am working with other students at this time and that they need to be working independently. The way that I like to do that is to wear a headband. I will insert a picture here of what mine looked like from last year. I used to have ladybug ones and those were super cute, especially when my classroom was ladybug themed. So this is a great way to just be a really good visual for your kids, and when they see the headband on, they know don't bug you. So it is a great way to kind of manage your classroom during work time and when you are working with other students. Now, my fifth and final back to school hack for teachers includes DIY dry erase boards. So you have probably noticed that a lot of teachers use dry erase boards on their guided reading group tables for the students to use during group time. You can order wall pops on Amazon, but I just decided, since I have a Silhouette Cameo, I just decided to make my own. Basically, I have vinyl sheets, and these ones came from Michael's. It is just a 12 by 12 sheet of vinyl. And I don't know if you can see, but probably not. I used my Silhouette Cameo to trace and cut a circle out of the vinyl just to make it as big as I possibly could. And then I peeled off, I'm gonna try to do it for you guys here without messing it up. I just peeled the outer portion so that I was left with a circle. These are dry erase, and I will kind of show you what that would look like if you had these on your guided reading group table. Now, all I have to do is use something called transfer tape, which I will link down in the description box below, and I will use that to transfer the vinyl onto my guided reading group table. Basically, this is just like a big sticker, but it is also dry erase. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what this would look like. Okay, so I just wrote happy very quickly. It's not perfect, but you know, just for the purposes of showing you how this works, I am going to erase. Okay, And you see that it just comes off very easily. So this is something very simple for you to make for your guided reading group table if they are spelling a sight word or writing a sentence, or even if you're using this for math and you are having them write some kind of math problem on here. This is just a great kind of a quick check for you to see if the students are understanding the content while you are working with them at your table. Now, if you don't have a Silhouette Cameo or a Cricut machine, you can always just use something that is round. You don't have to make them as big as I did, but if you wanted to maybe flip a bucket upside down and just trace and then cut it out with scissors, you could totally do that. I think it would work just fine. But I'm really excited to try these in my classroom this year. I have not used these before. I was planning on ordering wall pops, but they didn't have the colors that I wanted, and so I just decided to make them on my own. I hope you found some of these tips helpful. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos. Good luck going back to school this year, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!